PTM Consulting Group has a suite of services developed to assist our clients become more successful and grow. Grant writing is one that we truly specialize in. Since 2016, PTM has developing productive ways to utilize the institutional knowledge that its partners accrued during their combined 100 plus years of experience in the workforce. Next to apprenticeship accreditation initiatives, PTM's most successful work has been centered around grant writing. Let's face it, one thing nearly every organization has is a wish list or set of initiatives that they hope to accomplish someday. However, often those much needed initiatives are placed on hold because of budget concerns. PTM Consulting has found that most of the organizations we work with are no strangers to the world of grants, meaning they have heard about them or maybe even had one fall into their laps. The problem most organizations have with grants is getting them. They often lack the time or familiarity with the grant writing process to make a good, solid effort to seek, apply for, and obtain one. But if leaders of an organization take a good close look at their peers or even competitors who have been achieving growth and market gains, they would likely find that grants and creative financing have played a key role in those gains. There's much talk these days about return on investment, or ROI. So, when you are thinking about and making decisions on whether your organization is ready to get into the grant game, the question you need to ask is, what is our ROI going to be for our efforts? As a former education director for one of the largest and most respected apprenticeship training funds in North America, I can tell you that grants were one of the key factors in our success. We all have a pretty good idea of what our organizations need to become more efficient and successful, but we do not all have the funding needed to make those ideas a reality. Pursuit of local, state, and federal grants greatly increase your odds of taking those ideas off your wish list and making them a reality. As consultants, another thing we often see is how politics, ego, and emotion get in the way of seeking grants that can greatly assist with the growth of an organization. We do not need help from the outside. We are totally self-contained and not reliant on anyone but ourselves. We are not looking to be beholden to some bureaucratic agency that is going to help us fund a project and then come in and try to change the way we do business. Again, as consultants, these are things that we have heard from decision makers in organizations when discussing grant opportunities. On the other side of that, we have worked with countless groups that have gone after and obtained grant funding, and none of those things that worried some leaders actually ever came true. In fact, while many have pridefully avoided grant opportunities, their competition has experienced exponential growth by way of grant-funded projects. So it is our opinion that you should give great consideration to pursuing grant opportunities. Start out small with a local or state grant, just to see if you are ready to start seeing the benefits. If successful, think about going for bigger federal grants that can last for years and really help develop and grow some much needed programs inside your organization. I have personally been involved in seeking, applying for, and being awarded more than 40 grants when I was an apprenticeship director. These grants ranged from $25,000 to $5.6 million. Each one added a direct benefit to my organization and aided in its growth. In all those grants I oversaw, I never had one that forced us to change the way we operated or made us beholden to a specific group. All they did was help us grow. So, if after hearing all this, you think you might be interested, it's likely your next question will be, how do I go about getting a grant? PTM Consulting Group and its partners, which has been directly involved in obtaining over $15 million in grant funding, has two unique ways to assist clients in getting started with the grants for the first time, or even for those who have had previous grant experience. First, PTM offers very affordable services to help organizations, things like finding available grants, preparing abstracts and letters to secure political and community support, assist in completing and explaining the required forms for a grant, help you prepare a budget and budget narrative, and most importantly, do the research and complete your grant application. If successful, we can also help you set up your accounting systems, develop timesheets and other administrative tools to make things run smoothly, and finally, offer evaluation services upon completion of the grant, which some agencies require. This may all sound good to some groups out there who have the financial resources to begin the process. However, PTM has enough practical and professional experience to know that not every group out there can take on these kinds of initiatives, especially knowing there is no guarantee that it will lead to any kind of success like we experienced in our professional lives. Because we know this, PTM has developed a unique and more affordable way to help those small groups out there. The groups who might be a 1 or 2 person show that are responsible for so much of the day-to-day operations and are handling all of that on a shoestring budget. We approach this issue with teach a man to fish mentality. Again, knowing and having worked with many groups like this, PTM has recently developed a Train the Trainer program that can help organizations prepare to enter the grant world and thrive. This 20-hour Train the Trainer program teaches organizations to prepare for grant submissions prior to even finding one that fits their needs. Once prepared, we show you where to search for and find grants that suit your needs, how to write abstracts and letters of support for your proposal, writing the actual grant application and narratives required, creating budgets, administering the grants once obtained, and how to evaluate your performance to ensure success of future grant proposals. Currently, this grant writing course is only available at the client's site or virtually. However, PTM is also working on developing the course to be a fully online experience where participants can complete it unsupervised at their own pace with allotted support from the PTM staff members who developed it, and also at an affordable price. Stay tuned for more details on that as we build it. Again, PTM's partners have years of experience in the grant writing world. We have successfully helped in obtaining over $15 million in grant funds that improved and grew organizations. We have several affordable ways that we can help you and your group grow, each producing a solid return on investment. If you think you are ready to get started with some grant funding that can help your organization grow, contact PTM Consulting Group today. You can contact them by calling 866-707-1786. That's 866-707-1PTM. Or visit us at our website at ptmconsultgroup.com. Check out our suite of services, and remember, PTM has the power to move you and your organization into the future.